guys, I'm Zach Craig with McDonald ATV. Welcome back for another one of our Armor Tech cab line installation videos. Today we've got our 570 crew bike once more, and today we're going to show you how to put together both of our doors on the bike. For today, before we get started, we're going to need a couple tools for this project. A couple of those tools is a 3/8 drive ratchet. We're going to need a 3/8 drive socket with a star bit, a 1/4 inch drive ratchet with a couple more sockets, a 13mm and a 10mm. You'll need a 7/16 regular wrench, 13mm wrench, 3/4 inch wrench, 11/16 wrench, Phillips screwdriver, P3 bit, preferably to keep from stripping on our screws and our bolts, and or impact wrench or a drill. Before we get started, we'll have to take our nets off of our door. You'll unbuckle your net here and take it out. Give you some slack. You've been here close to it. There's a star bit right here that holds our net in. We'll stick our star bit in, and we'll take that bolt out of our plastic. Take that bolt out, slide our net back, and we'll go ahead and replace the bolt back into our plastic body here. Now we'll take this bolt off where our net connects to here. You'll need to attach your regular wrench on your 13mm and your 13mm socket on the back side, and we'll go ahead and loosen these. And for now, let's go ahead and take this bolt out, but hang on to it, you'll need it later. Now you'll need your 10mm socket with your 1/4 inch drive ratchet. There's a small bolt down here that our net comes in behind our plastic that connects to right here. And you'll take this bolt out real quick, and your net should come off. Now we're going to want to go ahead and take this bolt and insert it back where we pulled it from. And we will not be using this bolt again. So we've got our nets off of our front. We're going to go ahead and install our front door. Now this is our 575, which is what goes in our front. This is our 575X, which is our rear door here. Now, our jamb that our door hinges to, our 575 comes with our Armor Tech logo jamb. Now, actually, on the crew bike, this jamb, instead of going in the front, will actually move to the back and be positioned at the rear of your bike. So for now, we'll set this to the side. Go ahead and open up your 570X box and get out the jamb that came with our X piece, and that is what we'll install here. First, look through your hardware that you have in your bag of your 575, and you're going to need to find this piece right here. Is what we call a striker plate. You'll now take our 3/8 ratchet with our socket with our star bit that we have in it, and we'll come right up here to the front of our bike with our striker plate, and we'll have our little belt clip that our side nets clipped into earlier, and we'll take it off, and the striker plate that we have will replace the location of our clip. Alright, so our striker will have two mounting holes here, and our one hole that our striker bolt will go in later. Slide it through here, and put us the top hole. Get those started. Be right up here on it right here. We're just going to snug these up for right now to allow for any kind of adjustments later, and we'll just snug those up. Now we'll look in our bag and we'll find our striker bolt. We'll undo our nut here. Take our washer. You'll have several washers on here that you can use it for any kind of shim adjustments. Go ahead and get it tight. Okay, we got all these installed. We have an oblong hole here, and our bolt will adjust this way, and our whole plate assembly will also adjust up and down when our latch comes in and catches our bolt here. And we'll just leave those loose for now to allow for any later adjustments. Now it's time to install our jamb. Before we put this on, we'll need to loosen up a couple of bolts. Right here and right here, we'll want to loosen those up and not completely take them out. Just loosen them up a couple of turns. We'll be sliding in a plate on the front side. Right, now we'll take our plate up here on our jamb and we'll slide it in the groove right here in between those bolts. Once we get it in, we'll just leave it there for now. All right, now we got our bottom slid in here, and we'll take our 5/8 bolt here and slide it through our holes and get those started. We'll take our lock washer and our nut, and we'll start those on the back side. Now we'll take our J bracket, slide it in right here. It'll grab your bar right there. We'll pop our bolt in, tighten him down right there. Now we'll take our 7/16 wrench and our impact, and we'll tighten everything down. Now we have our 13mm socket with our 1/4" ratchet, and we'll tighten our back bolts down. We've got our jamb installed. Look in your box now and find your hinges in one of the packages here, and we'll want to take those apart. And right now we'll keep our females and just set our male in to the side. Grab some of your 5/8 bolts, your lock washers, and some of your nuts. We'll now install our hinges. Now we want the female end to go to the bottom on this driver door here, and our male end will come and hinge and slide right there into the top. We'll washer and nut the back side here. And for now, just get everything started, leave it loose, because we'll need to adjust our female into the bottom. Now we'll take our male in and we'll put it on our door. We'll slide it in, and we want our male prong facing downwards. That way she'll just slide in to our female end on our jamb. Alright, now notice how these holes right here are slotted, and we have freedom to move left and right. Now come over here to our jamb. On our other jamb, we have freedom to move up and down to adjust our door. We have our hinges mounted on our jamb and our door. Now it's time to hang the door. And we're just going to line our bottom and our top a lot similar to a Jeep door. You may have to angle it out for now. Alright, once you get them started. Okay, now inside of our door we have our latch, and we put on our striker bolt earlier. So now, before we make any adjustments, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and latch that all the way down. On our second adjustment here, we want to really pay attention to our line, our ridge line on this brake, and make sure that this has one smooth line. So we'll start there. It looks like ours needs to shift up just a smidge. Okay, we'll push our brackets up. As long as everything's together, we can tighten everything down. Okay, so we've got our door hinged good. Everything's nice and tightened down. Everything's aligned right as far as the perimeter of our door. Now let's focus on the function and the latching of our door. Here our bolt will want to hit here in our latch. Let's go ahead and push it all the way in tight. Pull it all the way out, and we've got a gap right here, so we know that this has got to move inward some more. Alright, take it off. So we know we're going to slide our bolt inward, and we'll take our 11/16 and our 3/4, and we'll go ahead and tighten those down. Now we're a little loose on our adjustment up and down, so we'll take our star bit once more and go ahead and find center, and we'll tighten it down as well. Now we'll test it out. Looks like we're hitting a little low, so we'll come here, loosen, and we'll drop our bolt, our whole striker plate long. Alright, now inside of our second row on our bag, we've got 3 different size bolts here. Now those bolts will insert to our latch part of our door handle here. Now for this front 575, we're going to use our little short bolt here. We'll slide our jam nut on and run it all the way up, and then insert it in, and then we'll run it down until it stops. Okay. I know, so what that does is basically it just extends our punch here, so we don't have to press so far down to get our latch to pop open. Now to install our door handle, we'll put our punch in this big hole here, and we'll open it up. We'll come through our channel here and go ahead and get our bolts all started. Come to our front 2 here. This is where your 10mm socket comes into play. And we'll go ahead and tighten everything down. Now we've got our handle installed. Okay, we've got our front door installed. Now let's move to our 575X, which is our back driver door. And before we get started on that, again, like we did on the front, we'll have to uninstall our net. I'm going to unclip our net first to give us a little bit of slack. Unhook it here. And now, just like on the front, we'll take our start bit on this bolt right here, and we'll back him all the way out. Take him out of our net here. We'll insert him back into our plastic body here. I'm going to tighten him back down. Now you'll need your 13mm socket and undo our net here. We'll take it off and insert it back in. We won't be needing it for anything, so we'll just tighten it up to keep it from losing it. We'll switch over to our 10mm socket. And down here in this crack here, we've got our 10mm bolt. Now you'll probably have to unlatch your bed and go on and let it tilt in order to get to this bolt here. Pull it out. Our net is now completely free, and we'll reinstall our bolt, and we won't be needing it for anything. we unhooked our net from here. Now we're going to need to take this whole assembly off. So we'll take our 13mm opening wrench and socket the back side. And we'll go on and loosen this whole thing. Let's see if we can work him off. I told you to hang on to these bolts because we're going to be using our striker plate for the back side in the same location using these bolts. Okay, we'll now take our striker plate. It comes in our 575X box, and we'll actually bolt through those slotted holes. We'll install it just like that with our slots here on our piece coming back out towards the outside of our bike. Go ahead and nut the back side here. We'll bolt the top now. Okay, now notice how our slots here, we have room for adjustment. Just keep that in mind for any kind of later adjustments you may need to make on your door for proper fit. Now we'll take our striker bolt here and we'll just undo it. It'll go in the slotted hole on our plate here. And we'll go ahead and get him started. Now, this hole is slotted for any kind of adjustment that you'll need to make with your door latching later on. You'll need your 3/4 inch wrench and your 11/16 wrench. Slightly snugger up. Earlier, we told you to save our jam that came with our front door. Now we're going to move it and we're going to apply it now on our back door right here. You'll have a bag with some loop straps in it. We'll go ahead and get our loop strap out and one of our 1-inch bolt that comes in that package. And we'll take our jam and I'm just going to kind of lean up against our top rail here. And we'll take our loop strap and set it over our rail, and we'll find our rev nut and go ahead and get it started, and then we'll get our top one started here. I'm going to snug him down just a little bit, just a tad, and then we'll go ahead and take our bottom. And we'll run our bottom all the way down tight because you can't get to it once it slides up. Now we got our top started, our bottom was tight. Now we'll go ahead and we'll take it and we'll just kind of work it and slide it up our rail while we have our jam into position. Now we'll have our 5/8 bolts, our lock washers, and our nuts, and we'll take and go through these holes right here. And get those started. Now we'll go ahead and tighten these down. Most of the time you can just hold a finger back here and they'll snug up on their own. Now we'll come back to the inside here and go ahead and snug our top bolt down. Now we'll take our J bracket that comes with our front 575 and we'll install it. Now our hole will come in like this and we'll clip our bar. Your 5/8 bolt will now come in, and your lock washer and your nut. We'll install on the back side. 7/16 wrench, our impact, and tighten them down. So now our jam is mounted. Now once again, like on the front door, we'll now find our hinges. We'll go ahead and open them up. Take these apart and find our female ends, and we'll put our male ends for the door later. Grab some of our 5/8 bolts here, washers, and nuts. And these will install in our vertical slots here. Nut the back side. bottom. Now we'll take our male end of our hinge and plug him in here. We'll use our 5/8 bolts once again, lock washers, and we'll nut the back side. And same for the jamb. We'll just start these right now and leave them a little loose. That way we can adjust it when we hang the door. Now we'll hang the door. Get right here. I'm gonna have to swing it out a little bit wider. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and close our door to get us pretty close before we tighten everything down. We're going to go ahead and stick our door on our latch here. Okay. Before we tighten our hinges down, we want to make sure that our brake lines match up on each other. You see how they're uneven here with our jamb and our door. That's going to give us a good start. We're going to go ahead and raise that up. Center our jamb pieces here. Tighten these down. Okay, now our door's not wanting to go on and close all the way. Now this is where our adjustment comes in on our striker. To give you an example, this hole in here is slotted, and we can take this bolt and actually move him outwards. That way we can click, and we're already sealing up on all of our door really nice and tight. So we just need this bolt to come out so we can latch it down. So now we'll take our 3/4 inch wrench and our 11/16 wrench. We'll loosen our bolt here. Scoot it outwards, and we'll tighten it back down. Now we'll just reach out here and grab our door, and it latches with ease. And now it's time to put our handle on. Once again, on our push button here, we can insert one of the 3 bolts that comes in our door bag here. It's a short bolt, medium, and long. And for this door, we'll use our long bolt. We'll take our jamb nut and go ahead and run it all the way on there, and we'll screw it all the way in to our push button here, and then lock it down with our jamb nut. You can take your 10mm and go ahead and tighten him down. Okay, so we'll take our handle and our 1-inch bolts here with our hex head, and we'll insert our push button handle into our big slot here, and I'll open it up and go ahead and slide them through the holes of our channel here. Get these nice and lined up and get them started. Alright, we'll do the same thing on our front ones here. We'll get those started. Alright, now you got them started, we'll take our 10mm socket, and then we'll tighten everything down. Okay, so we'll just make sure our doors open and close real nice. Everything's good. All that's left for you to spill your plastic off and take off and enjoy it on your next ride.